The triad woke up to a gallon of gas costing about the same as a fancy cup of coffee, with even higher prices brewing as President Joe Biden bans the import of Russian energy products.
This is a step that we're taking to inflict further pain on Putin, but there will be cost as well here in the United States. I said I would level with the American people from the beginning. And when I first spoke to this, I said defending freedom is going to cost. It's going to cost us as well in the United States.
Let's dig into it. The United States has hammered Russia with sanctions ever since it invaded Ukraine. First, we cut off access to the global bank. Many major American companies say they won't do business there anymore. And we've even moved to seize assets like yachts of the Russian elite. Economists say today comes the biggest blow yet. The president has banned Russian oil imports.
We are enforcing the most significant package of economic sanctions in history, and it's causing significant damage to Russia's economy. It has caused Russian economy to, frankly, crater. The Russian ruble is now down to 50%, by 50% since Putin's announced his war. 1 ruble is now worth less than 1 American penny.
The president's announcement follows lawmakers of all levels of government from both parties pressuring the White House to take action. We've heard big names in the Democratic Party like Joe Manchin and Nancy Pelosi. We also heard people say on the Republican side that we should ban Russian oil, like Ted Budd and even Phil Berger here at the state level. Most Americans support the move. A Winnipeg poll found 71% of Americans say they're okay with the ban, even if it means paying more at the pump. Energy experts say we can afford this too. Russia only makes up a small part of the oil America uses. The Energy Information Administration says Canada makes up the bulk of our imports at 52%. Mexico's far behind them at 11%. Then Russia and Saudi Arabia are tied for third at 7%. Now the rest coming from small percentages of other countries. Keep this in mind though, all of these figures, they don't even account for the oil we produce here at home. It is just the extra stuff we import. In emails, several viewers asked us, if the U.S. only imports a small fraction of crude oil from Russia, why are U.S. gas prices rising? Let's verify. To explain, we went to the U.S. Energy Information Administration and 2 fuel experts, Patrick DeHaan from GasBuddy and Sash Mackler from the Bipartisan Policy Center. It might be hard to believe, but the U.S. and Russia are both in the top 3 of oil producers in the world.
While we do produce an enormous amount of the oil that, on a volumetric basis, that we consume, we are also sending a lot of oil overseas, and we are also importing.
According to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, we import about 4% from Russia. Really not much at all. But that doesn't factor into the price of oil.
It doesn't really matter necessarily how much oil any country is producing itself and consuming internally, because the price of oil is really set on a global basis.
Oil's cost is measured based on global supply. So any supply disruption anywhere in the world will affect the cost of oil. However,
it's important to note that we actually haven't seen a supply disruption right now. What we're seeing happen in the oil markets is nervousness around a potential supply disruption.
To sum it up, oil's price is measured across the globe. Any supply distribution or nervousness anywhere causes the price to go up. Since gas is made from oil, gas prices go up with it. Whenever there's a crisis like this one, I hate to say it, but someone always tries to line their pockets and take advantage. President Biden says he is not going to tolerate that.
It's no excuse to exercise excessive price increases or padding profits or any kind of effort to exploit this situation or American consumers, exploit them. Russia's aggression is costing us all, and it's no time for profiteering or price gouging.
GasBuddy says if you see a station that's $1 or more than other places nearby, that's probably uncalled for. And it's something North Carolina's Attorney General will investigate.
gotten a number of complaints about gas prices. If the cost of gas to the station has increased, then the gas station can raise their prices.
So if you see a price you think is too high, you can always report it at the gas station. The AG's investigators are trained to find out if it was fair or not. If it wasn't, they will take action to punish that gas station. To help lower gas prices, President Biden again mentioned his plan to tap into our country's reserves. But experts are not so sure that's going to help.
This is just crazy.
It's hard not to get deflated pumping gas.
Keeps dipping deeper and deeper and deeper. I mean, it keeps us from traveling.
Drivers are looking for help from the government.
Hopefully we can get some of these reserves that we have, get it released up, which can help with the pricing for the everyday guy.
I'm going to do everything I can to minimize Putin's price hike here at home. In coordination with our partners, we've already announced that we're releasing 60 million barrels of oil from our joint oil reserves.
60 million seems like a lot, but really, that's less than a 3-day supply for the United States. And AAA says it's a drop in the bucket.
The impact from that pricing is going to be very, very small, given the fact that Russia produces about 5 million barrels per day, and they make up about 12% of the global trade.
GasBuddy says if you really want to make a difference at the pump,
try to drive more fuel efficiently. The more of us that can band together and do that, the more we can reduce our consumption and the faster we can bring prices back down.
President Biden also says for the Russian oil ban to really make an impact, European countries should hop on board too. They haven't done it yet though. That's because it could really hurt their energy supply if they did. The Energy Information Administration says Russia is the largest oil supplier to the European region. The reality, we can afford to make a move like that right now, but European countries, they really can't. Still, a lot of critics have said the president's policies damage American energy independence. The president addressed those claims today.
It's simply not true that my administration or policies are holding back domestic energy production. That's simply not true. Even amid the pandemic, companies in the United States pumped more oil during my first year in office than they did during my predecessor's first year.
A politician makes a claim like that, we're going to fact check him. So we went to the Energy Information Administration to verify the remarks. It says his comments are true. U.S. companies produced about 20% more in 2021 than in 2017 during President Trump's first year in office. We got to keep it real with you guys. The problem of high gas prices is here to stay. But coming up at WFMY News 2 at 6, there is a silver lining to it all. It's hard to believe, but there is. I'm going to explain it. WFMY News 2 at 6 is next.